never really thought of myself as a leading woman, but I think if you have a vision and if you have the means to inspire people and you have the fire in your heart to be able to draw out the best in people and carry your team to the finish line, I think that would be a good definition of a leading woman. The way I see it is a leading woman is someone who is a team player, someone who brings out the best in her team, someone who has a lot of compassion and empathy as well, and knows how to make the right decisions.
Welcome to Leading Women, Bambi Manyosa.
Welcome to Museo Pambata, Angel. Nice to
thank
have you here.
Oh, pleasure. The pleasure is ours, and congratulations, you're the new president of Museo Pambata, taking over another leading woman, Nina Yuson.
Yes.
How has it been so far?
It's been very exciting. It's new. It's something different, yet something that feels very natural, being in a place for kids. It's been a challenge. The space is really big. There's a lot to do. I have a wonderful board of directors who are very supportive, so I think that's what makes it light and easy. It's challenging, but I think it's very exciting.
You mentioned there's a lot to do. The place is big, and the place
Yeah.
is 25 years old.
So we're celebrating 25 years in January. Luckily, we were very blessed to have the City of Manila grant us a lease extension of 25 more years.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so that's why we decided why not do a whole renovation of the spaces to take it forward to the next 25 years.
Prior to being president of Museo Pambata, how familiar were you with the space?
In 95, a friend of mine was telling me, hey, do you know that there's a museum for kids coming up? I've never known anybody connected with Museo Pambata. Since I was teaching kids before, I would actually bring my students here, especially the indigent kids, because they never saw a space like this. My own children later on enjoyed coming here with my dad. This was like a Sunday outing for my dad with his grandkids. They used to play around here. That's how I was familiar with the space.
Being a very creative individual, did you have thoughts on how the museum would look more interactive, would be more
Yes.
fun, would be
Yes.
more interesting?
Right. And in the beginning, when they asked me to join the board, I thought, wow, this is great. I can give them my inputs. You know, when you're with your board and then you're having a meeting, everybody's just giving all these ideas. It's so quick to give ideas and just to throw everything there. But later on, when I took my position as president this January, I realized, oh no, it's like 1,000 ideas everybody wants done. But then you don't have a team big enough to execute everything all at once. What I decided to do was to have a check first of who the staff are. Try to draw out the best in each one. What is this one good at? I'm running through Museo Pambata is with God never gives you a dream that matches your budget. He's not checking on your bank account, he's checking on your faith. And that's how I've been running. I've just been running on faith every day. Send me the right people. Who am I supposed to collaborate with? Who am I supposed to work with? And surprisingly, they're just coming.
How big is the museum, Bambi?
The museum's about 5,500 square meters, so it's a pretty big space.
How do you know which room to renovate first? And there are several rooms
Yes.
which equally need your attention.
First things first is we got a curatorial team on board. What we're doing is trying to come together and decide how we're going to put the vision together in that curatorial. And then from there, we will know already how we're going to break up the renovation. Because it's not really just about the physical room space, but it's more about the programs that will go with the space. So this is the Under the Sea space. We wanted to focus it on being more of a Filipino museum for kids. So we wanted to create communities. We want them to commune with nature, and we want emphasis really on fun and adventure for kids. Knowing what it is to be a Filipino, when they leave the museum, they leave with a sense of pride.
Discovered Diwata one.
Yeah, so this is one of their, it was the latest one, maybe I think about 2 years. This is the Diwata, the Filipino satellite. So kids like it here because it's very interactive. So that's what we want to do with the entire space, is really recurate, focus it more on interactive exhibits for kids to discover and to explore and to learn.
You're an interior designer by profession.
Yes.
So are you designing?
I'm overseeing everything. When we had the Awit at Laro launch last year, that project we had, it was able to generate a good amount of funds. So we are able to put up a playground. So the playground here from Museo Pambata is donated by the Tucon Foundation. And it's going to be a design that my dad had from way back. In fact, before he passed, I showed it to him and I said, this is the one we're going to do. Because he told me I had a design before. It looked like a honeycomb. So it was called Pukyutan. So that's the one that we're going to have outside. We wanted the museum to be a venue where we could collaborate with teachers as well as with parents. So it becomes a space for learning. At the same time, it's a space for just relaxing. So we're going to have different spots that we would probably call our recess spots, where kids don't really have to absorb and learn anything. It would just be doing crazy things. This is the earthquake table.
Oh, yes.
It moves
How-
after
how
a
do you-
while. So
you
they
can
build
stop
it
it?
and then they stop and then they start and then the whole thing moves. So we want to do a bigger one of this. This space, we're envisioning it to be like a build city. It's like where kids get to build from small pieces to larger pieces. This entire space. So I think this is going to be the most interactive space that can move. It's going to be like a changing exhibit as well.
Coming up, Bambi tells us about the other projects that bring out the child in her. That's next on Leading Women. Aside from being the new president of Museo Pambata, Bambi Manyosa is also involved in other endeavors that celebrate the joys of childhood. Bambi, you're the creator of Awit at Laro. What exactly is Awit at Laro?
Awit at Laro is an album that we put together with Gary Valenciano. It is a collection of 20 songs consisting of about 9 old-time favorites like Bahay Kubo, Sitsiritsit Alibangbang, we have Leron Leron Sinta, and then 10 new songs about Filipino games and play. So you have Piko, Patintero, Luksong Tinik, Tago-Tagoan. We put this album together because we wanted to promote going outdoors, playing our heritage, going back to what it was that we used to do when we were kids, playing all these Filipino traditional games. What happened was when I had an exhibit called Laro about 4 years ago, our theme was Laro, meaning Filipino games. We had kids create art thinking that all these kids knew what it was. But apparently, they didn't know what it was. So they didn't know what Patintero was, they didn't know what Piko was. So we had to teach them how to do it. Because how would they create their art if they didn't understand what the game was? So we had to take them to the game and literally play with them out in the street, teach them how to do it, how to draw the lines and everything. And they had so much fun. And that evening, I was getting messages from parents asking me when the next play date was, because the kids had so much fun and they want another play date. And I told them, I thought about it and I said, but these are games that you can do with your kids. You don't really have to have an organized play date to do it. I said, it's something you do after Sunday lunch. You know, you sort of get together. But I think we have pretty much forgotten that already. Because when we approach different people, everybody has a very nice nostalgic story about a Filipino game or play that they used to do. Something very special about it. Oh, we used to play it in the dark. We used to play it with an extra something. There's always something exciting, and you could see that it brought a lot of sparkle in the eyes of people my age and older than me. So we realized that this was one avenue where we could connect grandparents to grandkids, parents to kids, kids to parents. It was multi-generational. Gary wanted to approach it like creating music that went with the times today, and it wasn't something that you only play when it's Linggo ng Wika. Something that the young people can groove to and the older ones feel something very nostalgic about it. So that's what it is. It's an album, and recently it was nominated for 9 Awit Awards. Yeah, so
Wow.
it was a fundraiser for UNICEF and for the Tucon Foundation, which is my father's foundation. And that album sparked a lot of ideas on how we can can use the music. So the music is by Morissette, KZ Tandingan is there also, Bullet Dumas, Lea Salonga, Bamboo, Joey Ayala. And then the youngest ones we have there are the TNT Boys. It's different genres of people, even Ryan Kebiab. It's very nice, having all these writers come together and artists to do something for a common cause.
Ang awit at laro ni Bambi, now that you're an adult, you've shared with us that you used to play, with your parents and your siblings. Now that you're older, does awit at laro have a different meaning in your life?
When I came into Museo Pambata, I just looked around and I said, this is my playground. It's an avenue where I can release all my creativity, all the art. Growing up with a dad who was very musical, he was a pianist, he was in a band, and we always had all these musicians coming to the house. He would invite them, they'd have jam sessions, and that's how I met Gary and Angeli. It was very successful on the fundraising part, where the Tukar Foundation was able to start a teacher training already for public school teachers. Something very close to my heart because I was a teacher. Also, I loved facilitating art workshops for
It's
kids.
the Creative Kids Studio that you had.
Yes, that was my Creative Kids Studio that I started many, many years ago. From the time I was single till about 4 years ago, I had to close because I had to come back to the office to help them set up the interior design department.
When you closed Creative Kids, your kids put up Kids for Kids, taking their
Yes.
cue from you, from their
Yes,
mom.
because
your two
when
daughters.
my daughters were in grade school and I would do a lot of art outreach, I would get them out of school when I take them to Cebu and an outreach.
Your daughters,
They
did they
loved
understand why they had to be
They
put out
loved
of
it.
school?
I think they loved it because it was an adventure, right? And they were going to be with me and we would go out. And in the beginning, they would just like maybe mix paint, assist me. After a while, they would start throwing in ideas. So that exposure also was really good for them because they felt a little more empathy and compassion for others. When we had the Laro, they had so much fun coming together with all their friends. They were 13 and 15 that time. And they decided, we want to continue something like this and we're going to call it Kids for Kids. So they spun it off and called it Kids for Kids. So they're kids for others. Now they're 19 and 20 already and they've been invited already to be speakers in some schools.
You are their first teacher. The mother is their
Yeah.
first teacher.
Now they're teaching me. I attended one of their talks one time on sustainability and I was listening and I was with Ryan, my assistant, and I was thinking, did you know that? And he was like, I learned something today. So we learned from them.
That makes you very proud.
Makes me very proud. Makes me very relaxed. Knowing that I don't really have to worry much about them. I feel like very blessed. I always tell them that. I always say, I feel so blessed that God chose me to be your mom. Because I think there is a plan for everyone. And maybe God had a plan for these two. And I just feel very lucky that I was chosen to be the mom watching them.
Up next, Bambi looks back at the fond memories of her own childhood. That's coming up on Leading Women. Museo Pambata President and Awit at Laro creator Bambi Manyosa is an interior designer by profession, a career encouraged by her father, national artist for architecture, Bobby Manyosa. You belong to a family of artists.
Yes.
Your late father, architect Bobby Manyosa, national artist for architecture,
Yes.
exposed you to music, to
Yes.
play, to being creative, to
Right.
expressing who you are and what you want to be. What was
Right.
it growing up in a household like that?
It was pretty magical, I think. Growing up with my dad, it was very unpredictable. Predictable and unpredictable. It was unpredictable because you never knew what he would come up with. But it was predictable because you knew he would always come up with something crazy or something out of the box.
Did he ever advise you or push you, maybe even, to be creative, to get into interior design, to get into the arts?
Looking back, just trying to think where he was pushing me towards, I don't think he really pushed me in any direction, but I think he saw that my strength had a lot to do with kids. He would say, it really doesn't matter what you take up in college or what you become later on. What is important is always to think, what is your contribution to nation building? What are you doing to help your country? So whatever you get into, what are you doing to help your country? What are your kids doing? What are you training your kids or your students? Whenever I was doing my art classes, he would always tell me, please teach them about Amor Solo, teach them about Malang. All the time, he was always all about Filipino. So his love for country wasn't really just all about his architecture or design. It really just went all over. He always wanted everything to be elevated one notch. Always bring it up. Make it contemporary, make it acceptable, make it world-class. So that's what he was all about.
So in bringing world-class ideas, bringing world-class furniture, bringing world-class architecture, Manyosa and Company spearheads green architecture, sustainable architecture in the country.
Yes. I used to work with my dad when he was still around and very active in his practice. So then I was always, working with him in the interior design department because I finished interior design. Even as a child, whenever he would come home, he always transformed the spaces where we lived in. And I always observed and I always saw the way he would fix spaces. And I think that's why I was drawn to interior design. Later on, when my brothers called me back into the company, because I was doing my art, my creative kids, when they called me back into the company because my dad started falling ill. So I had to help them set up the interior design group. So that was my role as director of the interior design department. We have a wonderful team, and we just beef them all up to know what makes a Manyosa design a Manyosa, and what makes something Filipino.
You have a lot on your plate.
Yes.
If there's a pie, like each piece is dedicated to working. But Bambi, take out everybody else
Okay.
that's included in that pie. Who
Okay.
are you? And what do you like to do?
I like to create things. I like having a vision, I like having a goal, and I like getting there. Whether it is creating an event, I love bringing people together. I like entertaining people. I like conversations. I like laughing a lot. So I am drawn to funny people. I am drawn to things that are very light and humorous. I like just having a good time, but at the same time, doing something meaningful. I find a lot of joy in giving and helping people.
Saya, Baro at Saya. I bring it there because the fundraising project
Yes.
will give you the funding, the means
Right.
for Museo Pambata. So
Yes.
tell us briefly about Baro at Saya and how was it?
So Baro at Saya, we started this because if I take you back then when we had the Laro, they wanted me to come up with a fashion show to tie up their style origins. And I said, how am I gonna tie up Laro in a fashion show? And so the thinking started already then. And that's when I said, the music. And that's when I asked Gary, can you do music for me? Because we're coming up with this fashion show. And he said, hey, that sounds like a great idea. When do you need it? So I said, about 6 weeks. And then he said, I can't do music in 6 weeks. And I said,
But you're
"Why
Gary
not?
Vee."
You're Gary Vee. Of course you can do it, right? So of course, when I told my dad, he said, you can't do that. My dad being a musician, you can't ask him to do it in 6 weeks. You have to give him time. So that's how we came up with the album. But now, so I said, hey, we can do the fashion. Now we can carry on that vision. This fundraiser was a way to introduce Museo Pambata to the upmarket, to get their interest in seeing why we need help in Museo and what we can do for a lot of kids, in the Philippines. With all that energy, we're gonna have so much fun, and at least the Baro at Saya is the one that is gonna jumpstart the renovation, the funds that we got from the project.
Leaving your mark, Bambi, in the creative world, in the artistic world of the country, what would you like people to remember about how you have transformed their thinking of the awit, the laro, Baro at Saya, and just being a child at heart?
I never really think about what people think of me or what I want to leave behind. I just hope that maybe when people think of me, what I was able to do, or if I was able to affect even one person and it had a ripple effect to many, that's enough for me. I think as long as I was able to help someone bring out the best in that person to a level where they're very happy and they discover themselves, that would be a good thing. Happiness, joy. Life shouldn't be taken so seriously. I think life has to be something very fun and joyful, and it's a preparation for the afterlife. I believe in an afterlife, especially after seeing my father disappear before my eyes. And I think that really moved me, and it did something. It shook me a little bit. And I said, oh, life is just like that. It's so quick, it's so fast. So why are we going through so much anxiety and so much stress when we can actually just let go, have fun, help each other, raise better human beings?
The child in Bambi, ang awit at laro ng buhay mo. When you share all your experiences with all of us is what makes Bambi Manyosa a leading woman. And we would like to thank you for being here today, for sharing
you.
your creativity,
Thank you.
and for inspiring all of us to be creative as well.
oh, thank you very much.